Hi, I'm Trudy from Trudy's English Nexus, and in this video I'm going to share with you my #1 special tip to get hired. And this tip is so simple and so powerful that even if you make mistakes in the rest of the interview, it practically guarantees you a job offer. Firstly, I would like to explain why this is the most powerful job landing technique ever. And the first reason is because using this method, we focus on the future, not on the past. And job interviews typically focus on the past, your past education, your past experience, what you've done in other companies, and then the interviewer evaluates from those past experiences whether you'll be able to do what the job they want you to do. But using this method, we actually shift the interviewer's focus from the past into the future, into his future, the hiring manager's future, and what you're going to do for him. And that's so powerful because instead of him trying to connect the dots, so this guy did this in the past and he was able to do this, and so maybe that means in the future he could do this for us. No, he doesn't have to do that. You have it all laid out for him, exactly what your steps are, what you're going to do for the company. So he doesn't have to evaluate or imagine the future. He can see it. And so this brings us to reason #2, why this is a fantastic method for you. And the second reason is you're going to tap into the interviewer's emotions, the hiring manager's emotions. This is the perfect standout method because I can guarantee you that no one else at your interview is going to be using this method. Like, no one else is using it. So when you come in to the interview armed with your secret weapon, no one else stands a chance. So let's get into this. What exactly is this perfect job landing strategy? Well, it's your own carefully prepared, researched action plan, a report basically, on what you intend to do for the company in this position when you are hired, when you start the job. So it doesn't matter if you're a new graduate or someone that's starting in a new field, applying for an internship, applying for an executive position, or if you're applying for a job with a multinational company and you need to use English, it doesn't matter. This will set you apart because they get past all this evaluation mode and they can see you in that job. And so they don't have to wonder, well, he doesn't really have experience, I don't know if he can handle it. No, because you are telling them, and they can see it, what you are going to do in the next month, 3 months, 6 months. It's harder to go beyond that, but even if you could put down some accomplishments for in the first year, that would be super amazing. It doesn't have to be really detailed. The more detail you can add, the better. But definitely it's going to work for you. And all of a sudden, the interview will change focus. Instead of talking about all those boring questions like, what's your education, what's your experience, and what your greatest weakness, all the standard stuff. Instead, now they have something concrete and they're going to be going it through with you, and they're going to be asking you questions about your plan and what you're going to do. So the focus is totally changed to the future. So how do you create this job landing plan? Well, the first thing you can do is go to the job description, the job posting, and you'll see all the responsibilities and duties and what will be required of you in this position. So you take note of all that, write it all down, and as well your experience that you've gained in your other jobs, so you have some knowledge of what this job position requires, what you'll be doing if you've been in the working field before, and you know your own methods. So you can start with this job description and start thinking about it. Imagine yourself in your new job, day one. What will I do on day one? What are the most important things that I have to take care of? And you can put that in there. I wanted to show you an example, so I went to LinkedIn to find a job description that was actually recommended for me, and I want to show you how to do this. Okay, for this, I've gone to LinkedIn and I've looked at one of the jobs that they've suggested for me. This is Edward Jones coach, home-based. And look, you can see there's over 200 applicants already. So how do you stand out with that? 200 people. Well, let's go down to, I want to show you how we choose what we want to do for our action plan. Okay, so here we are right at the key responsibilities. Building relationships while conducting regularly scheduled one-on-one team or group coaching conversations via phone or in person with field agents, field advisors, branch teams, or leadership teams. So this is going to be the focus. The main duty of this job is to build relationships, have regular coaching, and also it mentions here supporting them to adopt behaviors necessary to deliver the Edward Jones client experience. I don't know what the Edward Jones client experience is, so I will go to their website to look for the Edward Jones client experience and what kind of behaviors that all the financial advisors and branch teams have to exhibit, because that's what I'll be coaching. So when I'm preparing my document, I'm going to focus on the coaching that I'm going to do, scheduled coaching, who I'm coaching, what I'm coaching, and what my time period is, like my deadline, what I hope to accomplish through that. It also has discussing business building, client service strategies. Here's the kind of coaching we want: asking thought-provoking questions, developing customized coaching plans to achieve results. So let me see, what kind of results would they want? This is a question I have to ask myself. Also, it mentions building self and department coaching skills by engaging in development activities. So I have to have a development plan for myself. What am I going to be teaching and coaching myself on? So you see how there's lots and lots of information available here to write an action plan and keep me busy for the first 3 months to a year easily, with some anticipated results. I would want to put that in there as well. So I just want to recap. Step 1, research the job description, your responsibilities and duties. Step 2, find out its values, research its values, such as in my example, it has the Edward Jones client experience, and then incorporate these values in your document. Step 3, imagine yourself in the job. And remember, it's all about the company, what you can do for them. So imagine yourself week 1. What would you start doing to accomplish these objectives? And keep going. Step 4, make it pretty. Put it on a nice pretty cover with the company name, logo, your position in the company. And make several copies, one for you, one for everybody that will be there. Always have some extras. And step 5, introduce this document at some point in the interview to take control of the interview. Don't wait until the end because they don't have any more time. No, when they ask you some questions like, why should we hire you? This is an excellent opportunity. Or where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your greatest strengths? You know, anything that gives you an opportunity to talk about yourself, you can introduce it and take control of the interview at that point. And please comment below with any of your questions or your comments. Have you ever heard of this method before? What questions do you have about it? I'd love to hear from you, and I'll definitely answer. Now, what if your interview is this week and you don't think you have time to put it all together before then? Well, I'd love to help you out with this, so just contact me at the Contact Us link, and I can be in touch and help you out. Now, if you love these tips, make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bell, because you won't want to miss my next video where I'm going to show you how to do this in a sample interview. In the meantime, if you'd like to have more help for your interview preparation, please watch my other playlists or videos in this series on the most common questions during an interview. There'll be more sample answers and the secret formula to each question as well. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.